Hey everybody, this is jokerspice. Bring a little spice to your life. Last time, we did all the preparations required in order to get to the water temple. And now we're going to do just that. You know what? I'm actually going to adjust my microphone. It's a little far away from me. Might as well bring that baby a little closer. There we go. Nice and personal now. Awesome. So here's a water temple. Water temple is very famous for being a pain in the butt. So we're gonna take it nice and slow. It'd be nice if I could do the whole temple in one shot, but not entirely sure if that's gonna be possible. But let's go ahead and enter. What's really nice is that we got the Bigaron sword. It does 4 times more damage than the Kokiri sword, which means that taking care of these blue Tektites will be super easy. There's lots of them in this dungeon, and it only takes 1 hit to, well, hit them. Ferrari's Wind is definitely super helpful in this dungeon as well, so I would highly recommend that you guys take care of that. Make sure to use it. Alright. The most annoying thing about this dungeon is using the iron boots. It's super annoying to have to continuously take off and take on the boots by going in the menu. Yeah. There's nothing really I can do to fix that. It's just gonna be that way, unfortunately. And there's lots of little hidden places in this dungeon. Oh! Whoa! Oh, you. If I'm right. J-Spice? You're J-Spice, aren't you? It's me, your fiancé, Ruto, Princess of the Zoras. I never forgot the vows we made to each other 7 years ago. You're a terrible man to have kept me waiting for these 70 long years. But now is not the time to talk about love. I'm sure you've already seen it. Zora's domain, totally frozen. A young man named Sheik saved me from under the ice, but my father and the other Zoras have not yet. I want to save them all. I want to save Zora's domain. You have to help me. This is a request from me, the woman who is going to be your wife. J-Spice, you have to help me destroy the evil monster in the temple, okay? Inside the water temple, there are 3 places where you can change the water level. Well, I'll lead the way. Follow me quickly. Alright, it looks like she's floated upwards. You can actually see her shadow up until, well, you can't, indicating that she's gone somewhere else. Having the golden scale will probably help in this dungeon. There'll be a couple points where I could just like dive in the water and not have to worry about about taking off and on the iron boots. All right, here we are. Really important, I would say, to go through this door. Definitely don't want to skip this area. Here we got these, I don't know what they're called. Let's see, they're just called spikes. I guess they're kind of like sea urchin enemies, maybe? They just turn into these weird rocks when you're after a while, or after you hit them with your shield or your sword. There we go. If you guys are coming in this dungeon, I would definitely recommend that you grab some magic, like the magic potion. There's a couple places where you are probably going to end up finding yourself using a lot of magic, so definitely recommend. Alright, so as you can probably imagine, when you see a Triforce, you gotta play Zelda's Lullaby. Beautiful as always. Oh, I don't think I played it. think I have to play it right next to it. My bad. Oops. Yeah, if the musical staff doesn't appear, then I guess that means that you're not doing it the right way. Honestly, when I was a kid, there was one specific place in the dungeon I can think of that gave me the most trouble. Very excited to show you. If you're good, you can actually make this jump here. And you can get to a part of the level that you're not normally supposed to go to, but I messed up the jump. I could use Ferrari's Win to try it again, but you're not really meant to solve the puzzle like that anyway, so it's not a big deal. Actually, this is a perfect opportunity to use Din's Fire. They want you to use your arrows here, right? To light these torches. But if you use Din's Fire instead, we have plenty of magic for that anyways, not a big deal. We'll be able to light these torches without expending all that effort. Alright. Is there any arrows in here? Sweet. Alright, we got ourselves some clams. So these clam enemies can be a little bit hard. It's probably best to just not lock on to them and then use a sideways a slash to attack these guys. These guys are notorious for just having their shields everywhere, like mini shields and stuff like that. It's pretty annoying. Honestly, it's probably easier to do a spin attack, maybe. There we go. Oh man, get ready to fight a lot of those guys. Alright, so here we have one of many small keys in this dungeon, so it's best we do not skip them at all. This is one of the few dungeons I would say having the dungeon map is imperative. You can see how complicated the dungeon map is. We have some kind of central hub, but we have quite a few offshoots from the central hub. And even then, it's not entirely obvious where you need to go. Honestly, it's best to just try every single room until, well, basically you can't. We can go in there if we want to, but I think we're gonna go over here first. I'm very happy that the music in this dungeon, at the very least, is, it's very calming in well, maybe not. I don't know. I find the music to be calming in comparison to the other temples. I guess all the temple music's kind of calming, so maybe I'm crazy about that. Actually, instead of using the iron boots, I think it might be wise to just dive and see if we can figure that out. You cannot dive again once you are starting to come back up, so that's a thing. Alright, cool, we're here. Maybe I can get rid of that Tektite. Once you disturb a Tektite, it'll start moving around. Alright, so we got this switch. It'll make that go up. Oh, nope, that's definitely not what you're supposed to do. There we go. Need to wait for that to go down a bit. Once it's all the way up, it's actually hard to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not... Alright. Well, that sucks. Just gonna have to wait, I guess. I should have waited longer for it to, like, go back down. Oh, well. The Zoras have really, really cool architecture. Like, it wasn't really obvious in the other location because they didn't really have, like, furnished homes or anything like this. But this temple is... Oh my god, I can't make that jump. Ugh. Alright. Third time's the charm? I guess it's like the fourth or fifth charm at this point. But yeah, the architecture in this location is really, really stunning. And there's some really cool imagery as well. Alright, come on. There we go. That wasn't so hard. Oh boy. Alright, cool. We got this this location. Now, I know how I'm supposed to solve this, but when I was a kid, I solved this puzzle in a weird way. You're definitely not supposed to do it like this. I realized I still have blue fire. Maybe because maybe I didn't unlock the shop last time. The way you're supposed to do this is you're supposed to go on this little like tail thing here. And then you're supposed to hit the switch that's in the mouth over there inside that dragon, which I think is a really cool design. And then you're supposed to hit that target with your hook shot. But you can actually just hit the thing like right here. So you can kind of skip a couple steps doing it that way, which is always nice. It wasn't until I saw like a Let's Play of this game where I saw the actual way to do it. It's kind of interesting. Alright, awesome. Small key. Hopefully this will give us something good. And it does. It gives us a small key. Definitely make sure you don't forget that one. That one's that one's more obvious than the other ones that we've seen before. Alright. Don't want to fight those clams, because honestly, kind of a pain in the butt. If you notice, so there's actually a hole up in the corner of this room, but there doesn't seem to be any possible way of getting up there. And the game definitely doesn't expect you to have the lens of truth at this point, so go ahead and excuse that as well. Ooh, that thing dropped a lot of hearts. Go ahead and grab all of those. Did I miss one? Nope. Okay, cool. Man, we have 15 hearts. Definitely not going down without a really big fight. Maybe the dungeon boss will give us that much of a fight. Oh man, it's 2021 now. It's hard to believe that it's almost been a year since current conditions have been present. I've been pretty happy doing this channel though. It definitely helps instead of just waiting around and doing nothing. It feels pretty fun. So I'm pretty happy to be doing this. Alright, so I know we've been in there. We've been in here. So I think we're gonna try this one. I know that northern path isn't good, but I forgot which one this one is. We got some a crumpled ground over here, with a hole in it. I think it's a fine time to go ahead and use our bombs. Perfect. What kind of treasures do we have here? Yeah, I don't know. I've never like tried using the golden scale like this before. I'm actually pretty impressed with how smooth everything's been. Alright, we got a switch over here. Oops, can't hookshot with a bow and arrow, that's for sure. Got a couple of Tektites. And then we got this switch. I think you're supposed to use a bomb, but you can definitely just hit it with your sword. Or, well, you can hit it with your sword, so no big deal. I don't know if you're supposed to hit it with your sword, because technically you're just clipping through the wall when you're doing that, but I don't know. Man, I keep forgetting to get the final prize of the Golden Skulltula, but oh well. As you can probably tell, I'm not really hurting for it, so... Oh, are you supposed to use a bow and arrow? Maybe. I think that's everything that's in here. I think it's just the Golden Skulltula. Go ahead and leave. I wonder if we can make it all the way down here with our golden scale. Well, there's only one way to find out. Yeah, probably not. Close, though. I would say that's pretty darn close. Alright. Yeah, just very close, but wasn't able to make it completely. Alright, I think we're done on the basement floor, though. Like I said, if we try going through that north area, we won't be able to make it very far. So I think we're going to go into that middle section now. This is a pretty important little column. We were able to go to that third floor area to make the water go down, but now we'll want the water to go back up. And this is exactly where you need to do that. So this is where you need to go to make the water go up to the middle. Go ahead and slap that Zelda's Lullaby. So the camera kind of showed us, but this is I would say, the trickiest small key in this dungeon, and it's right here. So you're supposed to, once you've played the song, you need to go back down, You gotta go inside where that block floated up from. You'll notice there's no spikes there, and you can go ahead and just kind of sink down here. It is on your map, so technically you should be able to like figure out that you can go down here, but I definitely don't blame anybody for not being able to figure it out, because it took me a really long time to figure this. I was just running around the temple trying to figure out where the key is, but you can't use your sword when you're underwater, but you can use your hook shot. It's the only thing you can use pretty much, so we're gonna have to defeat all these enemies just using our hook shot, which isn't a terrible thing, especially these spikes from afar. Go ahead and break all of these rocks. Once these guys... Oh, there was one more spike. Come on. You damn sea urchin. Just stay down, why don't you? Alright. I think you can use your shield as well. Yeah, you can use your shield as well, so that's pretty good. Alright, there we go. Whenever I see a clam, I always think of Pearl from SpongeBob. Hey, Dad! Oh my god. Just remembering all the episodes of Third right now. I wonder how that situation even happened in the first place. Mr. Krabs and Pearl? Like, what is that even about? Where's Mrs. Krabs? Never really elaborate on that. Oh well, there's a lot of SpongeBob they never really elaborate on. Maybe it's just part of the mystery. Alright, so we need to go ahead and grab our regular boots. And up here, I guess I already spoiled what's here, but we have a very, very easily missed small key. Alright, so we're back to 2 small keys. Kind of similar to the fire temple. You can actually, you can totally skip, sorry, just like the fire temple, this place can be hard, and there's lots of keys here, and you're generally gonna have like multiple keys on you as you advance through the dungeon. Another thing I wanted to say was that this was the dungeon that I actually played and finished before the fire temple. You don't need the Megaton hammer in this dungeon, which means that you don't need to how do you get oh yeah, we just have to leave. Alright, cool. Which means that you don't need the Megaton hammer in this dungeon. Conversely, the dungeon item here you also don't need in this dungeon, or in the fire temple is what I mean. So that's why I was able to beat this temple first, and it wasn't until I beat the fire temple I was able to move on in the game. So it's not like a Link to the Past where you can like truly choose which dungeon you beat first. You gotta beat the first 3 dungeons. By that I mean the Forest Temple, the Fire Temple, and the Water Temple, before you can move on to even more dungeons in the game. Alright. Oh. Go ahead and get over here. A lot of spikes in this dungeon. Seems to be the common theme that we have here. Lots of ways to do this dungeon, or this puzzle. You can use your hook shot, you can use your bow and arrow, you can use a bomb if you want to position yourself. If you don't like the way the camera repositions you after you use a bow and arrow, you can use a bomb. It's a tight window to get this, but shouldn't be too bad. But here we have the compass, a very important item in this dungeon. It'll tell you where all the small keys are, and trust me when I tell you that there are quite a bunch of small keys that could still, I would still consider to be like even tricky up till now, so definitely be careful of that. Alright, so we got the compass, which is great. Let's see, where do we want to go now? Nothing over here, so there's only 2 more. We can go this way. Then we got this location, but there's nothing really we can do here. Like we got this, ooh, I can hear that Tektite coming after me. It's kind of ghastly. It's just trying to get me. There you go. It always gets me every time. So we got this switch here that we can shoot with an arrow. But we can't seem to reach. Like if we try to run, we can't reach the inside of there. And well, the hook shot definitely can't reach all the way there, so we're just gonna have to skip it for now. But we can go in here. But there's something that I asked you guys not to forget. And there is a room that we can go to now that the water level is in the middle instead of up high or low. So we need to go where Ruto was. I believe that's here. Yeah, so that's right here. Oh, can I make it? That'd be super cool if I could make it. Ah, barely was not able to make it. Oh, well, it's not a big deal. But yeah, when the water level's in the middle like that, we can go ahead and reach that middle level in this, like, area that I was trying to, like, get before. Like I said, it doesn't really change too much if you can't make it here, but, like in the cheating way, but... And they make it really, hard to get here by cheating, so... It's all well and good that I show you the real way to do it anyways. Alright, so we've got our bombs. Go ahead and blow this wall up. And here we have another small key. So, I think we're required to go here. Yeah, so we got our small key. Man, we already got 3 of them. Yeah, it's all these little small keys that you gotta just remember that they're there. This dungeon isn't particularly hard. It's just really tedious. And I'm really happy that in Ocarina of Time, like, in the 3DS version, I think I already explained it in an earlier episode, but just the fact that they made the iron boots an actual item instead, it just enhances the experience, instead of having to go in the menu all the time. Depending on the version of the game you're playing, you can end up having, like, really long load screens, or loading times, when you're, like, pausing in the menu and stuff, if you're playing this on, like, on the original N64 and stuff. Or maybe on a disc if you're playing like the GameCube version of the game, but oh well. Alright, so we're here. You can hear that Tektite. It's in the above room. If you try to activate the switch, you're gonna get hit by the Tektite. Generally that makes you fall off the water spout when you hit the switch, so we might as well get rid of that Tektite. It's also a really good opportunity to pull out your Ferora's Wind. Because it actually takes quite a bit to get up here. You need to have the water level at the medium in order to get up here. But this is a... Oh, return to the war point. Oh, that's right. So we still have a war point in the fire temple, and if you use the war point, we can actually go to the fire temple. So we're gonna go ahead and dispel that, and then we're gonna go ahead and use another Ferora's Wind. Placing it up here is pretty helpful, just because like it takes a lot to get up here, and if the water level's at low, you can actually use this as kind of a cheat to get up here, when otherwise you would have to. Oh, that's kind of cool. When otherwise you wouldn't be able to. I was gonna roll up there and just show you that you could, but I realized that I would be wasting magic and I have to come back here again, and I'd rather just make the water level go up where I need it. Alright. So, we basically had one round of displacing all the water levels, but now that we have got keys, we can actually do what we want to do. So that's the exit. There's not much we can do going this way. I don't think so. But I guess I could double check. It's connected downstairs with I believe the switches. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do here. Let me check the map. Well, I guess it doesn't hurt to try to check. Go ahead and use my golden scale. Hopefully I won't have to equip my boots. What's down here? Oh, you know what? It is worth going down here. In fact, I should have done this in the beginning of the dungeon, if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, we just have this, this block that we need to pull. Clearly it needs to go in the indent in the center of the room. And once it's there, we can go ahead and move on. We're just preparing that for a later part of the dungeon. You can clearly see there's a chest there. Probably gonna end up leading to a key, so definitely want to prepare for that. We can't go to north side of the map again, just because there is stuff there. Because there's a ledge there that we can't grab to, and that hook shot is just too far, so this is literally the only way we can go. We got 2 keys, so let's keep going. We got some keys here, and go ahead and get rid of these guys, because these guys are pretty annoying. There is a golden skulltula there, but honestly, there's not really a feasible way for us to get to it, because of the hook shot just doesn't reach far enough, so we'll have to ignore it for now. I really like this room, though. This is one of the rooms I think about first when I think about the water temple. I just like, I don't know, it's just like, where does the waterfall lead to? It just makes me think of like a water park as well, and I love water parks and swimming in general, so I love the vibe. I wonder if it smells bad in here. You know how like watery areas can be in caves and stuff, it can smell quite damp, but since all the water seems to be moving all the time, maybe it smells more like a fresh river. I mean, we are in a lake, so I wouldn't expect it to be like salt water here, but yeah, that's what I think. I think it would be cool to see if I don't know, I like the smell of like water parks and stuff like that. And call me weird, but I kind of like the smell of chlorine, to be honest. I don't know, I guess it just smells clean to me. Alright, we got no more keys, so hopefully I didn't miss anything. I think I'm gonna get rid of these Tektites. I'm gonna raise the water level as well and make it easier to hit these Tektites. Go ahead and slash that one with my sword. These guys are just really annoying, so if I could just get rid of these guys, that'd make my day. There we go. And there we go. Pop goes the weasel. Basically, this room, you just have to keep interchanging these, I don't know, dogs? Or I guess they're dragons, because we saw that big dragon in the swirling room. They kind of look like dogs to me, but yeah, you know what? They're probably just dragons. You know, they got like long heads and stuff, which honestly makes a lot of sense. But they make me think of Anubis, I guess. I don't know, because maybe it's because it's a temple and it's got that like ancient ruin thing going on, but alright. So we got one more. We just gotta hit the switch one more time. This switch is kind of cool. It's kind of different from the regular switches since it's like an on and off switch. Ooh, we got a like there too that we gotta be careful about. I think this guy can actually suck us up from here. Or come on, don't you like me? There we go. It's a little bit of a shortcut to the other side, unless it spit us out. Oh, wow! It actually spit us out on the other side. Oh well. I've never seen a like disappear. So we just gotta defeat it to get our stuff back. Oh no! Please don't spit us out again on the other side. That'd be bad. But just one hit's all we need. Go ahead and grab our stuff. And look, Link looks really naked without his blue tunic in this dungeon. Alright, let's go ahead and put on our stuff. We definitely need our shield for what we're about to do. Go ahead and put on our tunic. And, alright. So, you don't need the Megaton hammer, but in this dungeon, but it doesn't hurt to not, like, to have it. So, go ahead and grab that Megaton hammer. I'm gonna grab Din's fire as well. And, alright, let's do it. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and equip the Master Sword here, just because I wanted to show you something kind of cool. But this is definitely the first thing I ever think of when I think about the Water Temple. This room is so interesting, so serene. I love the reflections, I love the mist, I love the mystery, the lone rock. It's just like, what happened in this room? What's the purpose of this room? It's really cool. And what the heck is this? So, this is Dark jokerspice. This is one of the coolest things ever. As you can see, he's kind of transparent. But you can see that this guy, you can strafe, you can L target, you can use your own techniques against you. You can dodge. This guy is probably the hardest guy in the entire game, to be honest. If I'm perfectly honest, there isn't really a way to defeat this guy, like, normally. So you could argue that this is actually a really terribly designed boss. So what you have to do is you gotta think outside the box. I kind of think it might be a purpose, purpose game design, to create this boss that you have to think outside the box in order to defeat. One of the most popular strategies online is to use Din's Fire here. Using Din's Fire here, he'll try to shield it, but it'll still hurt him no matter what. Another thing is that he has no idea, like, how to block the Megaton Hammer. So, let's see. Yeah, he can't shield the Megaton Hammer, so... Oh, I guess he did. But it's much more difficult for him than the sword. So, that's another way of taking him down. However, my favorite way is simply just to use the Bigoron sword. It's just so big and has such a big reach that you're just gonna go ahead and end up defeating him. He also starts off with the same amount of hearts as you do, so the stronger you are, the more difficult it is to defeat him. He's a really cool concept and really cool to see after, like, playing The Legend of Zelda 2, but the implementation here is just not that great because the darker he gets, the better his AI is, I think. And once he gets, like, pitch black, it's, like, super difficult to defeat him, especially if you're just using the Master Sword. And it's another one of those reasons why people really don't like the Water Temple, because it's just, not only is this temple, like, super tedious and has all of these, like, hidden things everywhere, but it also has, like, extremely difficult mini-boss fight. Oh, well, we already got the dungeon map, and we already got the key, so the only thing we have left is the beautiful dungeon item. And that's the long shot. It's an upgraded hook shot, and it extends twice as far. I'd argue that it extends even longer than that, but oh well. Now it's got a little purple thing instead of a blue thing, and this thing is awesome. All those things that we weren't able to reach before because our hook shot was too short, well, no longer is that a problem anymore. Because our hook shot's way better now. You know, I did say I wanted to do the entirety of the Water Temple in one shot, but you know what? We're only about halfway done at this point, and you know, there's gonna be lots of cutscenes after we beat the boss in this temple too. So I think we're gonna call it quits for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment if you had a terrible time at the Water Temple, or if you had an easy time. And if you want to see the next episode, just let me know. And subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.